Hello everyone! I hope you're ready for another adventure, because today, Wayne reads Nenek, Tata, and the Mangrove Menace. Always remember that as we go through these amazing adventures and read these outstanding stories, all you have to do is press the CC button in your YouTube link in order to follow along with the words. Now I think Madam Owl will be perfect to join us for today's adventure. Now that Madam Owl is here, let's jump in. Nenek, Tata, and the Mangrove Menace. Once upon a time, on the edge of the mangrove forest, lived Nenek, Tata, and Nenek Janta. This morning, like every other morning, Nenek Tata walked to the kitchen to make her koto. Hitam, the house cat, followed closely at her heels. Hitam was not actually a black cat, nor a regular cat. The clouded leopard kitten was fond of the old woman. Abandoned in the jungle, he was covered with black mud, his mother killed by poachers. Since then, Hitam hardly ever left Nenek Tata's side. Apart from Hitam, the old couple had many other cats. And this morning, like every other morning, they were hungry for their breakfast. "Don't crowd, bah," scolded Nenek Tata as she placed their dish on the floor. Nenek Jantan sat with his cup of kopio. He listened to his radio before starting his chores. A severe weather warning has been issued. Expect strong winds and heavy rain today. It looks like the monsoon has arrived, said the old man. I'll check the crab traps this morning, before the storm hits. I'll do it, Nenek Tata frowned, peering to the empty sugar tin. You'll need to pick up some gula from the kida this morning. Nenek Jantan nodded, knowing how much his wife loved the sugary kopi and how grumpy she would be without it. Nenek Jantan got dressed and donned his topi. He liked to dress well when he went to the shops. As he rode out on his bicycle, Nenek Jantan called out, "Be back before it rains." And so this morning, like every other, Nenek Tata went to gather grass for the buffaloes. The juiciest grass grew by the creek at the edge of the mangrove forest. Suddenly, there was a crash from the mangrove. Nenek Tata stopped cutting and stared into the thick, dark forest. A strange cry drifted through the thick nipa palms. Odd, she thought, and then turning to Hitam, she said, "I think we have enough grass. Let's go feed the buffaloes. They'll be hungry." The buffaloes were indeed hungry. So were all the others. Nenek Tata gave grain to their chickens, vegetable scraps to their ducks, and seed to her pigeons. Looking at the looming clouds, she thought she will need to check her crab traps soon. But first, she had to collect water. And so this morning, like every other, Nenek Tata picked up her water can and went to the well. She filled her can and carried it home effortlessly, not spilling one drop. After storing the water in large earthen jars in the kitchen, Nenek Tata made her way to the crab traps. At the riverbank, she climbed into the moored sampan. With Hitam at the prow, she began to row through the murky water. But this morning, unlike every other, the forest was very quiet. Lapping water against the sampan was the only sound they could hear. They could not see any of the water birds along the river, nor hear the chirping of any frogs. Nenek Tata worked quickly, hoisting the traps out of the water and emptying the contents into her basket. "We'll have a good dinner tonight," she said, smiling. It was hot and the air around them was thick. As they walked, Nenek Tata noticed strange markings on the trunk of a nearby tree. She stopped to look closer. It appeared to be claw marks. Frowning, she said, "Hitam, let's hurry home." A spark of lightning streaked past the darkening sky, above the rustling nipa palms. Nenek Tata felt a presence behind her and picked up her pace. The hair on the back of her neck prickled. A clap of thunder cracked overhead. Unable to fight the urge to look behind her, Nenek Tata looked above her head to see a large, lumbering monster. It moaned as it came closer, its claw-like limbs outstretched. Horrified, Nenek Tata hurled her basket at the creature. Grrrg! Nenek Tata ran. As she rushed towards home, the thought of losing her dinner made her very angry. She could hear the creature trudging behind her, and this time she did not look back. Her house came into view, and all her animals were waiting for her. Nenek Tata barred the door. All was quiet except the howling wind. A sudden knock broke the silence. Thump, thump, thump. "It's here," Nenek Tata whispered. Another, this time a little louder. Thump, thump, thump. They waited. Not making a sound, the knocking grew more insistent. Thump, 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 thump. The creature outside growled and gurgled. The old woman and her animals jumped when a crack of lightning shook the house. The knocking stopped. Slowly, Nenek Tata tipped to the door and listened, but she could hear only the wind. Suddenly, she remembered Nenek Jantan. Where is he? I hope he's not in danger. Well, we can't leave him to that creature, she said. It has already taken our dinner. I won't let it take the old man as well. With that, she set to work. The animals watched while she went about collecting bits and pieces from the kitchen, preparing for battle. When she finished, an intimidating figure stood before them. She opened the door, eager to face the beast that stole her dinner. Nenek Tata stepped outside to confront the creature. She shook her broom at it and shouted above the howling wind, "You made me lose my dinner!" The creature growled and waved its limbs. Nenek Tata stood her ground, broom at the ready. Then a flash of lightning and a thunderclap, the sky opened. Large raindrops fell, and before her the creature began to melt. Nenek Tata stood dumbfounded as pieces of the creature started to come loose in streams of black mud, leaving a disheveled figure underneath. Nenek Jantan stood in front of her in a tangle of twisted bicycle parts, maple leaves, and angry crabs. "I had an incident," he croaked. "No sugar then," Nenek Tata sighed. And so the sky cleared and the rain stopped. Nenek Tata and Nenek Jantan went inside for an afternoon of Kopio Kosong. The end. That was a really fun adventure with Nenek Tantan and Nenek Jantan. What did you think, Madam Owl? I like that part too. We'll see you on the next adventure, okay? We'll see you on the next adventure here at Wayne Reads. Thank you for joining us, and we can't wait to see you again. Bye-bye!